Hello, Shanka Ponsle here. Let me ask you a question. Do you sometimes feel a little bit overwhelmed? I think that the feeling of overwhelm is a problem that a lot of people go through nowadays, especially those who really try to make it as entrepreneurs, business owners, and solopreneurs. And I feel like nowadays almost everybody is or tries to be or sees themselves as business owners in some form or fashion. Matter of fact, when I look at LinkedIn profiles, and I have a very strong presence on LinkedIn if you want to connect with me there. But when I look at LinkedIn profiles and I collaborate in a professional manner with people that I know are primarily employed, they hold jobs, their online persona looks as if they are self-employed or even business owners. And the truth of the matter is they really just maybe have a side gig where they earn a little bit of money on the side, but their main income stems from being gainfully employed, which is a good thing. Nothing wrong with that. But if you think about why that is, it's because we are, as a society, exposed to these very, very high standards that are not realistic, really. And of course, these standards are defined by a culture of creating an online persona around yourself that shows how successful you are, how healthy you are, how beautiful you are, how you've got it all together, how you have it all figured out. And the truth is that achieving that takes time and also on some level may never really be achievable. It is a utopic view of what life can be. Picture perfect doesn't exist in that form. And yet, out of good reasons, because it is a very strong marketing method, we have generations of people focused on looking polished, looking like they are gods and goddesses online. And I'm guilty of that myself sometimes, that I only show the upside, right? Now, what that does for you and for us as a society is that it puts us under a tremendous amount of stress. We need to be healthy. We need to be making good financial decisions. We need to be strong business owners. We need to be beautiful, strong, polished, all of that we need to be. And that puts us under an immense level of stress that for the longest time in human history was just never at that level, because we didn't have the speed nor the comparison that was not realistic. Things nowadays move at an incredible fast speed because of the internet, of course, and lately with the emergence of artificial intelligence, humans can even create and process even faster. And that coupled with, again, this setting the bar almost too high because it is a strategy to create an appealing online persona, with so many people claiming they've made it and they have not. You have no idea how many people look online as if they have it all together, and truly behind the curtain everything's a shit show. They live paycheck to paycheck, they have poor health, they feel lonely, they feel unsatisfied. Just all the things that humans have to do with. And yet, it looks like everybody's in a good place. And that creates this tremendous amount of stress. And it's just very, very hard. Because when you are under constant stress like that, what happens is that your fears emerge, your deep-rooted fears. When you are in a space of mindfulness and equilibrium, your psyche and you have time to process the experiences you have on a daily basis in a positive way. Your subconscious is able to deal with all of the things, right? You can sleep enough, you can take care of yourself, you can do things that truly fulfill you, that are truly in line with who you are, and not in line with what everyone else thinks you should be. So when you have that, then your psyche and your self, your inner self, has time to really deal with these stress levels and fears in a healthy way. That, however, is not possible if you overwhelm your system, if you overwhelm yourself. And quite frankly, I see a lot of people being stuck in that overwhelm. And it's a problem. That is why actually, and nobody's immune to that. It's almost as if you have chosen to be part of the contemporary rat race, which many times is not a rat race as an employee anymore. It can be, but for a lot of you who are watching this, you are in the self-employed rat race, in the entrepreneurial rat race, right? So it's just a different kind of race. But it's just what I told myself at the beginning of this year, is that I was really going to focus on being in alignment with who I am, with values that matter to me, and I want to do everything in a way so that it is in alignment with my life's purpose, my whys, what makes me happy, what fulfills me. And the problem is that we have all gotten so busy that a lot of us don't even know what our purpose is supposed to be or what our why is supposed to be, because we don't have time to sit with that. Knowing that takes time sometimes, and it changes over time, and you need to sit with it, meditate, and we don't have the time to do it. And then all those fears emerge. The fears, there are a few very basic fears that a lot of people are exposed to. And that is the fear of being judged, the fear of failure, the fear of not looking the way you're supposed to look or you think you're supposed to look. The fear of feeling guilt, the fear of feeling sadness, loneliness, anger. And what I have noticed is that whatever one of your primary fears is, you really need to work on that, because that is doing that unlocks your path towards success. Because when you are constantly stuck in fears, you are paralyzed. And when you are paralyzed, you don't take action. And when you don't take action, you're not getting ahead in life. Because life and business is all about acting, taking action. Because when you take action, you move things, and when you move things and energies, then things happen. But when we are paralyzed in our fears, then we're stuck in our heads, and we become these philosophers that just never do. I feel like so many people nowadays are stuck in philosophy that is really just a shield that protects them from working through their fears. But the good thing is that you have the potential to become conscious of what your fears are. You have to really face them and understand them and understand how they paralyze you, how they almost disable you. And once you have that figured out, then you can consciously work, because now you understand, oh, this is how I behave because of those fears, and I am bigger than those now. And it can work. I can take baby steps towards overcoming them. And that's when you tap into your true potential. And I'm not saying that this is easy, but this is definitely something you can do if you choose to go on that journey and to slow down a little bit and to focus on what is my purpose, what is my why, how do I align those things, what are my fears that prevent me from getting there, and then overcoming them. The truth of the matter is that there are a lot of good resources out as well. It's not just doom and gloom. That's not what I'm trying to say. But it is very easy, again, to get stuck in this information overload, in this form of, it's almost like a form of propaganda. The successful online entrepreneur propaganda machine that serves so many people is really a circle that feeds itself, because we have so many online coaches, because we have so many softwares and tools that rely on people's dreams to make it big as entrepreneurs, as business owners, as solopreneurs. And, and that's just what it is. That's what reality is. And I'm not saying that it is a bad thing, because it comes with a lot of freedom, with a lot of agency. But it is a thing. and seeing it is important. I just want you to know that I know that everything can be achieved. You can live your version. I always say your version of the American dream because I'm living that, but it's not easy. You can live a dream, but it never gets easy. Life is not always easy. It's not supposed to be, because when it's too easy, you're not growing. And one of my mentors, John Lee, says new levels, new devils, right? You get onto a new level, and now all of a sudden you become aware of the next problem to solve. So it's not easy, but it is possible, and it is a very fulfilling thing to do, to realize your version of the American business dream. And that's my message for you today. I hope you like the slightly different approach that I have utilized, using a slower pace, focusing a little bit more on introspective thoughts that I have that have helped me reach success, And I believe you too can have that if you want that. And that's the whole point. What is your version of the why? What is your version of the purpose? And how can you change your life so that it is in alignment with all of those things? All right, I'm getting ready to have some lunch, and I'll see you again here on this platform. Bye-bye for now.